Hello everybody, welcome back, and today I'm doing the tutorial for this bow headband. So this video is going to be broken down into two parts. The first part is going to be the headband, and the second part will be the bow and attaching the bow to the headband. So first you want to grab your yarn. I have some red heart yarn right here. This is your standard size yarn, as you can see, and grab your hook. This hook is 4.5 millimeters. So now you want to start off with your slip knot. Okay, and then you want to insert your hook and chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is what it looks like after you have 16 chains. Now you want to go into the first chain and do a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over and go through all 3 loops. And it's going to be that same pattern all the way down. So yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop. Now you have 3, yarn over, go through all 3. So I'm going to do that to the end of the row. Feel free to fast forward if you like. Okay, now that we have reached the end of the row, you will have your 16 stitches. So now you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and you're going to repeat that same pattern going all the way down, but the only difference is that you're going to do it in the back loops. So you see how there's like V stitches. These are V stitches right here. You're going to do it into that back loop, not both of them, but the back loop. So yarn over, insert into that back loop right there. So you're still going to do your half double crochets, but only in the back loop. So when I get to the end of the row, you'll see the difference that it'll make instead of doing it into both loops. And this back loop half double crochet allows the headband to be more stretchy, so that you can adjust it to how many rows you need. And when you do that, make sure you measure your head as you go. So what I mean by that is that putting the work to your head so that you can see how many more rows you need to do so that it can fit you. So when you measure it, you're going to put it the long way, like this. And as you keep crocheting, it'll keep going around and around until you have the length that you have. And yeah, and I will insert the clip where I have like the measurement using my my tape measure of how many inches it was. I believe it was like 19 inches. That's how long I made this, was 19 inches going around, but you can adjust it to your head size. Okay, so I'm back and I have finished the headband part, and I made a total of 19 inches. As you can see, 19 inches. So this is going to go based off of your measurement. As you were doing it, you had to measure it to see it go all the way around. So now you're gonna weave in the ends. You're gonna close it up. So you're gonna slip stitch all the way across the two sides, and yeah. So you're gonna take your boning needle. Here's mine, and I'm gonna insert this end into the needle. One second. Okay. And we're gonna slip stitch the two sides together. Okay, so now that's done, and we're just gonna tie this a good 2 or 3 times to make sure it's secure. And then you're gonna cut off the rest. And this is your headband, but you wanna turn it the other way because you don't want the crease to be showing. So now you have your headband. And now you want to make your bow. So for your bow, you're going to chain 16 like we did for the headband. So you have 16 here, and then use that same pattern after the crochet. And we're going to make another one of these, but it's going to be going the opposite way. Instead of the long way, it's going to be this way. So for the bow, we're gonna make this about 7 inches. 7 inches. It's upside down. 7 inches. And it's gonna be laying the same way as this. It's gonna go right in the center here. So to form the bow, you're gonna pinch it. You're gonna like pinch it and fold this part over like that, and do the same thing with the bottom. Pinch it up, pinch it down. You have your bow, and you're gonna take your darning needle and your yarn, and you're gonna slip stitch this together. So you're gonna go through here, go through the top and bottom, put it through, and then you're gonna go back down from the top to the bottom. Until it's nice and secured to your liking. Okay, and once that's done, you're gonna tie both of the ends together a good 2 or 3 times so that it's secured. And the same method that we used to slip stitch this is going to be the same method we're going to use to attach the bow to the headband. So here's our bow. So cute. Here's our bow. Now I'm going to get another piece of yarn. Get our needle. Get our headband, and we're going to go from the inside of here and go through here. You're just going to go back and forth between this and this and slip stitching it up until it's secured. So go from the boats through here, pull it through, then go back in that same stitch, coming through the other end, pulling it through, going back through the other end again, pulling it through, until it's nice and secured. And here we are. Gonna cut that right there. And cut the one that's on the other side. And here is our final product. Our bow headband. So cute. And if you like this tutorial and want to see more tutorials like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. Love ya.